Hey everyone, welcome back to these videos. Today I would like to talk about how much I have invested in Tesla and why I think no options, no buying futures, no speculating, no buying on margin, no getting loans is the way to go while holding Tesla. First of all, I would like to say this is not financial advice. This is my experience, my own journey holding TSLA till 2030. And what I'm doing here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. And I also like to apologize for my English skills because I am a Brazilian and I live in Brazil, never stepped on another country in my life. So I learn English by watching movies and listening to music. This is a tweet by Son of Walkie, and he says there's a rumor that former Uber CEO Travis Kalanick will be introduced on August 8th as head of Robotaxi TSLA. How likely is that to be true? As you guys know, in August 8th next month, there will be a reveal for the product we call Robotaxi. And of course, we are anticipating what can happen that day. This particular rumor, I don't think it will happen, but would be nice if it did. So, first of all, I would like to talk about why I think it's not a good idea to invest in Tesla by using options, futures. And I would like to bring up a comment on the last video that says the following. This is the this guy called New World 6474 said maybe Tesla can go from 150 to 500 in the next 6 to 12 months. Of course, 150 would be a huge drop from what we are today. Let's just remind it. Everyone, today, July 6th, we are at 251. So according to this comment, his opinion is it could either drop almost by half, which I don't think would happen, and I'll explain my reasons, or double in the 6 to 12 months, which would be very nice. Would be double this, and we would be at $1.6 trillion valuation, which would bring us, let's see here, our largest market cap companies in the whole world. 1.6 would bring us just ahead Meta, Facebook, and just behind Saudi Aramco at number 7 would be at number 7. And of course, I would double my current portfolio in Tesla. All of you guys would double your money on Tesla if that happened. First of all, I would like to show you here my bull case. No, before I show you my bull case spreadsheets and stuff, I would like to talk about my book, Tesla in 2030 Bull Case Explain Why Am I Holding Tesla Valuation Year by Year. So this is a very short book. It's only 80 pages, 79 pages to be more precise. It costs $3 on Amazon, the Kindle version, $6 the common cover. They ship worldwide, wherever you are. And well, if you want to have a nice souvenir about Tesla bouquets in 2030, you could have the printed version, which is pretty cool. And in this book, I'll talk about year by year. I'll show you guys a little bit year by year what I think will happen. And let me show you 2024 because I have a little bit to say about that. Where is it? It's right here. I don't have this book. I never bought my own book. I had to use a PDF that was generated. So here I am at my PDF on my own book and introduction, stuff like that. Let's go to 2024. The first part of the book I talk about how Optimus Droid is the spice, quote unquote spice, which it means the thing that makes a company the most valuable in the planet, like shown in the book Dune. Sorry, I think the Tesla droid could be Tesla's spice, quote unquote spice, the thing that changes everything. The book Duna on 1965. I explain all those things, but in detail. But let's go to 2024. I wrote this book last year, so um, let's go to 2024. 2024, I was a little more bullish than I should be on the Optimus Droid situation. Here's a spreadsheet. I thought we would have 6,000 Optimus Droids already produced. And I said products sold. Yeah, that's a half true. Because I thought the first 100,000 Optimus Droid, and I talk about that in the book, would be for Tesla own consumption. What do I mean by that? They would work in Tesla factories. Maybe a couple thousand would go to SpaceX. I don't know, but mainly work on Tesla factories. So before we go, we go on. Let's take a better look in this spreadsheet. X and S at 25,000. I think that's possible. It's still possible. Model 3 at 1 million. That would be quite a feat, but it's possible. 1.4 for Model Y would be. I don't think it's impossible. I guess it was 1.1 last year. I don't remember. Cybertruck at 60,000. Let's see. We have 6 months to go, right? 6 times 4. So we have 24 months to go. That would mean 60 divided by 24. Sorry, 24 weeks to go. Tesla would have to have 2,500 Cybertrucks produced by week till December 2021 in average. Still possible. Model A to B, that's how I call the popular model. It's at 0, but I think it will be revealed this very year. Still, I think it will be a $20,000 to $25,000 vehicle, perhaps less. The company at that time they were talking about producing in Mexico, but now we know it will first start at Texas, and probably in 2 years it will be also produced in Mexico. The semi at 12,000, I don't think that will happen. And the Roadster, probably not a single unit will be produced this very year. So I thought Tesla would be at 2.5 million units, which we now know it won't be, not even close to that. We'll probably get to 2 million units this year. But there's a bunch of stuff I haven't considered in here in this spreadsheet that I talk in the book. I still believe it's possible. Inference start to get in use. The AI part, the FSD, maybe the ride hailing, stuff like that. But absolutely, the units will not be achieved in 2024. My prediction, which doesn't mean Tesla cannot catch up later. Okay, so I would like to talk about this article on CNN that says that labor, it's only 7% of overall cost of building a car. This is absolutely BS in my opinion. The most realistic way to think, let me find a place to put this. So CNN say is 7% of 7%. 7% of the cost. God damn it. 7% of the cost is let me find a place to put this here. God damn it. 7%. Yep. 7% according to CNN. Why did they say that in this article? They trying to the leftist thing of saying that the workers are not well compensated, and the importance of unions. It's a socialist communist BS. So a way more realistic way to think about labor is actual cost is 20 to 25% is labor. That's the real number. And you have to think about the overall cost of employee, which of course CNN did not do. What is the stuff they left out of this? Well, there's pensions, there's vacations, there's lawsuits. Employees try to sue their employers. There's false allegations of abuse and all sorts of stuff. There's theft. There's sabotage. There's a lot of costs involved in getting an employee. So the real cost, the most realistic way to see this is 20-25% of a good produce is labor. So that thinking about that, let's say Tesla costs $36,000 today, and we can use let's say in a factory 10% of bots, okay, and that would mean this would be a savings of average to 20% is 2% to 2.5%, right? 2.5% savings on each car, which means in money that would be this times 2.5%, which would be $900 in savings. Okay, that with 20% of bots on the line. If we get to 20% of bots in the line, you get 180. If we get 30%, we get to 360, right? And so on and so forth to a limit of 25%, which is this times 25%, to a limit of $9,000 in savings. So at maximum capacity, without selling a single bot, to the external consumer, I'm meaning, Tesla could save up to from $900 to $9,000 in each car. So let's say they get to 1/3 of the maximum capacity. Let's say they save $3,000 each car. That means two things: either Tesla shave $3,000 of the final price, or they add $3,000 on the profit line, the profit margin. So it's even if they never sell a single bot, They say Tesla has today 110,000 employees. 110,000 employees. If they double capacity without hiring a single employee, but they produce it 110,000 bots, and they get to 220,000 of working force. Half of that synthetic, half of that is bots, and half of that is humans. Okay, if they do that and they double capacity, the implication of on cost and on margins would be enormous. So this is one of the reasons why I think Optimus Droid is the spice. So that's what I would like to take this out of the way. So how much money I have invested in Tesla? Well, to understand the impact of that in my life, you gotta understand how different things are in Brazil. I have a house, I have a car, I have a job here, which is an important thing. And before I go on, I'd like to read for you the comment of that same guy. He said, I have a lot of shares riding on this one, but also S&P Index Fund, GAICS, unpaid house, no debt, etc. So this viewer here, he has a paid house, okay, paid house. He has index funds, no debt, which I think it's amazing. And this is a solid foundation if you guys want to have some sort of a solid financial foundation. That would be amazing. A paid house, which means you will never have to pay rent, and you'll never have to have the headache of thinking, oh, where I'm going to live, what I'm going to do if my landlord doesn't want me here anymore, etc., etc., etc. Especially if it's a real house, not an apartment, which you can, make renovations without asking permission for anyone. So many benefits of living in a house. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to congratulate the viewer. New word. Very impressive, man. I congratulate you. And you guys probably know this dude here, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. I was seeing some interviews with him, and he said he uses the 20x model of investing. What is that? He put 5% of his money in each company, and he invests in 20 companies, and he puts 5% of his money in each one of these companies. So if you have 5 times 20, that it's 100%. So he has always his money invested in 20 companies. That's the way he invests today. But it is not, of course, the way he got rich. He got rich by creating a .com company and selling it for $1 billion. And that's how he got rich. It was not investing with this 5%. Why does he use this model? And he invests in Tesla, but every time Tesla goes up and passes the 5%, he sells Tesla. Which brings me to ARK Invest. Okay, ARK Invest, of course, the famous fund that are very bullish in Tesla, but Tesla is 15% of their portfolio. So what happened? We had a bull run. Tesla almost. Let us see exactly what happened with Tesla. So in the week was up 24%. In the month was up 39%. In the year, still down, still 9% down. But in the month, 30, almost 40%, almost 40%. And what did ARK Invest do? They sold Tesla, which I think it's a crazy idea to do, because as I said in the last video, the market is starting to see that Tesla is a AI play. What happened to these three AI plays here? And Google, which is also AI play, they kind of double. Let's see what happened in the year with Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Alphabet. Okay, and let's see Amazon. Why not? Okay, so here is Microsoft today. Okay, can we see 2020? Let's see. It was at 1.76 at October 2022, and practically double. Practically, no, more than double. 1.76 and more than double in less than 2 years. Was kind of a little more than 1 year. What happened to Apple? Well, Apple was at let's see here, 2 trillion, and gain at least 60% of valuation, and also in a little more than 1 year. What happened to Nvidia? Nvidia is a crazy example, because they were at let's see, yeah, a 400 billion, and now they are 3.1. So if you guys, let me get my calculator here. 3.1 divided by 0.4, it's almost 8 times in a little more than 1 year. Okay, 8 times. Why did Nvidia go up so much? Because people think this is a gold rush of artificial intelligence. And the traditional view is, in the gold rush, the actual gold rush in California, the people that made money were the people selling pickaxes and mules and pots and stuff for the miners to use camping equipment and stuff like that. So that's the reason why Nvidia is up so much, eight times, because people think they are the guys selling the pickaxes and the mules for the AI gold rush. Alphabet, it was at 1.4, and now it's it also double. And Amazon, it was a 900, and now it's more than 2. All that happened, but Tesla is the only one that fell. In the year, we are actually, while all those companies double at minimum and 8 times at maximum, Tesla fell, and it fell way more than that, because the max, if you guys look at here, was 381, close to 40, really, and now we are at 251. So the all-time highs is close to 381, right? And now we are at 251. So this is what happened to Tesla, while all the other AI companies, exploded in value. Tesla fell almost 50%. Almost 50%. So that's the big reason. So as I was saying, ARK Invest has a limit of 15% of their portfolio has Tesla, which I think it's not a good idea. It's a terrible idea to do that right now, because Tesla is now being recognized as an AI company. It depending on what Elon Musk shows, what Tesla shows, what Tesla says on August 8th, could be the first time in history that instead of falling, the stock skyrocket, just skyrocket, because they could say, wow, this is absolutely an AI play, and that could mean, look, Tesla is right here at 12. That mean that they value like they value Amazon at $2 billion, $2.1 billion. What would that mean for the valuation right now? Would be something close to 3 times. Something close to 3 times. And so, no, the PE is too high, but the PE of Amazon is 102. So it's also pretty high. Okay, it's also pretty high. The PE of Tesla is only 64. So it's clearly that they are not valuing yet Tesla has an AI play, but that could be impossible to do. I mean, avoiding valuing Tesla as an AI play could become impossible depending on what is showed on August 8th. If it's only, oh, this is the product, there's no time, we don't know when we're going to launch it, but I think it's a must-have, and I'll do a list of things I expect and I don't expect on 8/8. It's a must to show the product. I think this is a given. It will happen. But I think it would be important to set some dates, some launch date or something like that would be, and abide by these dates. The delays would be catastrophic. But not catastrophic in the meaning, in the sense that this would drop to 150, as my friend said. No. I think this is the baseline. I think this is the new baseline. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but it's true. It's what I think. And so why I think ARK Invest made a huge mistake by this. They should bump to 25% the Tesla portfolio position. Why? Why would I say that? Because Tesla will not stop growing. If those things happen, and of course, I'm being optimistic, a meteor can fall on Earth and kill us all. The apocalypse, the Revelation book could happen, the rapture, the world could end. A lot of things could happen. An alien invasion, Cthulhu could rise from another dimension and kill us all. A lot of stuff can happen, But in an optimistic bull case scenario, I think Tesla has potential to 3x to 5x in this very year. Are you insane, Wagner? You ask me. Well, maybe, but I think Tesla, depending on what they show on August 8th, could be seen by the market, depending on how robust, how sincere the presentation is, has the rightful leader of AI, and that would mean Microsoft would be left on the dust. Not left on the dust, but will be the second place. And that would imply a 5x increase in Tesla's valuation. But of course, for this to happen, that has to be a robust presentation. Tesla has to have a solid plan to monetize AI, FSD, robotaxi, something that show us clearly how PE will react and stuff like that, profit margins, adoption rates, etc., etc. The more let's say rational prediction would be at least Tesla will double this year and get to close to 1.5. And as I said, as my friend told me in the video, he replaced Meta, Facebook, because let's face it, Facebook is dying. Nobody uses Facebook, and the other interests, the other projects of Meta, Facebook, the VR stuff, it's failing miserably. Nobody wants to use that. So, of course, Meta makes a lot of money with Instagram. Absolutely, they do. That's why their PE is so low. They're doing very well with Instagram. But just as Facebook became a zombie social network, Instagram is starting to lose momentum as well. So this social network stuff, it's not the future. Absolutely not. And Meta is not in the forefront. They are not the trailblazers of AI, although they try to pose as such. So that's my optimistic view. Of course, I always say, don't don't think bad things cannot happen. They can happen right now. They can happen 1 hour from now. Your whole world, my whole world, could fall apart, and that could also not happen at all. So we gotta have these two perspectives always in our minds. So here's the deal. I have a house. My house today is probably valued at 350,000 of Brazilian currency. I have a car probably worth 8,000 of my Brazilian currency, and my job probably give me 100,000 of Brazilian currency. Wow, you're quite poor, you say. Well, in Brazil, it's very different. Brazil, food is very cheap, housing is very cheap, and Brazil is really. Let me show you guys a map of Brazil. I think it's very interesting. Map Brazil states. Here, let me show you guys. How big is Brazil? You guys ask me. Well, it's gigantic, really. But here it is. It has 27 states, and is bigger than the whole Europe. Bigger than the whole Europe. My country is a continent, really. This country is as big as a continent. And the thing is, 60% to 70%, 60 to 70% of this country is really poor, like ridiculously poor. It's very violent and very poor. 60% to 70%. And these areas are right here: northeast, north, the whole Amazon jungle part of the country. Very poor, very violent. The whole northeast, Bahia, Piauí, Ceará. These are the most violent places on earth. Tocantins, Mato Grosso, and Minas Gerais, mostly poor as well. And this part here, São Paulo, Paraná, Santa Catarina, Rio Grande do Sul, very prosperous, very rich, way less violent, way less violent. And I live in a place in São Paulo, which is the most prosperous, which is the less violent place in the whole Latin America. It's in the mountains of countryside, very very high in the mountains in São Paulo, the less violent places in Latin America. So here you live with very little money, and you eat very well. I can eat the best meat in the whole planet for like pennies, $1, very cheap, very cheap. The best milk, the best cheese, the best everything in the whole planet is São Paulo has the best food in the whole planet in quality. So this has with a job with 100,000 here in Brazil in Brazilian currency, I can live as well as a person that actually has $100,000 job in the United States in average. Okay, So how much money I have in Tesla? Well, my house is paid for, and my car is paid for, and I also have no debt, just like my friend. And what I invested in Tesla is the equivalent of 4 years of work. That's what I invest in Tesla. 100 per year, right? With this recent uptake in the price, I gained those 39%, which means 400 plus 39%. I have the equivalent now of 6 years of work. Okay. And how do I invest? Do I use options? No way. No. Why I don't use options? And I think you guys should not use options, because I can predict the future. I made this book about what would happen to Tesla, right? In 2024, I am already wrong. I thought they would be at 2.5 million vehicles, and clearly they won't do it. Maybe they'll get close to 2 million, but that will be a really hard road, probably 1.8 at most. That's what they will sell. So I can't predict the future. And there will be times in because I made year by year till 2030, that I'll be a little bearish in my book, and probably Tesla will be way ahead in some aspects. So I can't predict the future. So if I had bought options, future options, margin, loans, etc., to buy Tesla, I would probably lose a lot of money. And there are cases. Let me see if I can find that guy. There is a dude on Twitter. He's also on YouTube. This guy right here, Tesla economist. Rumor has it he lost a fortune buying options on Tesla, because he forgot that he can predict the future, that things happen, that there are always obstacles in the way. So doesn't mean you're not going to get to your destiny, but it will not be A to B, a straight road ahead. And rumor has it, I don't know if that's true or not, he lost his father money. He helped his father to invest in options, and his father lost everything he had, or a lot of money. I don't know if it's true. That's the rumor. But if it is true, and if it's not true for this particular individual, and of course today he's very bearish, he hates Tesla, makes videos and tweets saying how much he hates Tesla and stuff like that. But the problem is, it has nothing to do with Tesla. It has to do with him buying options. So I would say is, first of all, you gotta have a paid for house. It's very important, like my friend has, and like I thank God I have as well. It's very important. No debt is very important. So don't make loans to buy Tesla. You don't know. It can 2x, but it can do nothing. It can go down tomorrow. You don't know. And if you have debt to pay, you'll be in a terrible situation. So what do? I invest the money I had. I had saved 4 years of my salary. And I decided there is no company in the whole planet that I believe in it as much as I believe in Tesla. I believe so much in Tesla that I would write a book about it, how much I believed in. And that's what I did. And that's what I invested in. All those 4 years of salary. What will happen by 2030? If you read my book, I talk about it. At least 10x, and in a very bearish situation, 3-4x, and at a very optimistic, bullish perspective, it could probably happen. It could go more than 50 times the current value. Why? Because I think Tesla has the potential with the Optimus droid or change the whole game, the paradigm. The paradigm, just like AI changed it and made $3 trillion companies, Tesla could bring such an abundance uh, to this planet with the Optimus droid, the robotaxi, the batteries, especially because it changed the whole way we do our consumption of energy. The batteries, because today the many companies, especially in Brazil, they use hydraulic power. They produce energy, but they don't save it anywhere. So if there's no rain, there's no energy. If there's a drought, there's no energy. But with the batteries, which I think it will be a very important piece of the puzzle, uh, mankind could finally get to an age and abundance of having a surplus of energy instead of a lack of energy. Of course, many things could happen. Bill Gates could make a hoax to enslave mankind, forbid us to eat meat. A meteor could kill Elon Musk, whatever. A lot of stuff could happen. That's why we don't buy options. That's why we don't buy futures. That's why we don't buy on margin. That's why we don't do loans. That's why we don't sell our houses to buy Tesla. I would never do it, and I don't recommend it. So what do I do? I invest the money I do have after those basic necessities of life are taken care of. I already have my job. Money comes every month. Okay. I already have a house. It's paid for. I have a car too. I work with my car. Okay. I am a court officer here in Brazil. I deliver subpoenas, investigate where the whereabouts of criminals, stuff like that. That's something that exists in Brazil, doesn't exist in many other countries. But that's what I do. So I use my car to do this kind of work. So after the bare necessities of life are taken care of, you say, well, every other buck I have, I'll put in Tesla. I'll say, okay, man, good luck. And I think you're pretty wise. Although this is not financial advice, I think you would do very well. And this is it. This is why I don't buy options, why I don't buy on margin, why I don't do loans to buy Tesla, how much I have invested in Tesla, how much I will hold it for. I'll hold it to 2030. And of course, if you guys want to support me, all you have to do is buy this little book here. And you can comment what you thought about it. It's a pretty cool book. And I know there's many things I got wrong, as is expected. If I got every single detail right, oh my lord, how much could I sell this book for? $2,000? Well, see you guys later. I hope you like this video and take care.